And to discuss the impact on food and agriculture industries, I'm joined by Sylvain Charlebois, the Senior Director for Agri-Food Analytics Lab at Dalhousie University. Sylvain, thanks as always for joining us.
Good morning.
Let's start with the government's response to the tariffs. Trudeau's urging people to try and buy Canadian. Is that doable, especially at places like the grocery store?
Yes, you just need to work a little harder. My guess with tariffs coming into Canada from the U.S. is that some sellers won't sell to Canada at all, so we could see fewer American products. The good news coming from yesterday, if there was some good news, is that the under bond policy for Mexican products coming into Canada being trucked through the U.S. won't be subject to U.S. tariffs. So my guess is that grocers will start importing more products from Mexico starting next week, and those products typically are more affordable, generally speaking. So that's certainly some good news.
All right, let's just bring up a little board here of some of the foods that are already subject to tariffs when imported to Canada. I think some people might be surprised by some of these, like dairy products coming in 245 to 320%, poultry and eggs at 238% tariff, fish around 100%. These are already in effect. I think people might be surprised by that.
Yeah, so this is supply management. It's a protectionist policy. We have a quota system in Canada. We produce what we need as a country, but we do protect our borders. We do protect our market with high tariffs. It's been around for 50 years, but you're right. I think a lot of Canadians aren't aware, but certainly Mr. Trump knows about these tariffs, and he will actually use them as a wedge in the future when renegotiating our trade deal with them.
And now you mentioned that some American companies may hesitate to ship food up here, and we might not, stores up here might not want to buy it. Are there not contracts that are involved in all these things? How do they get out of those?
Well, when pricing is compromised, a lot of things can happen for sure. Now, there are a lot of companies that have actually forward bought, knowing that perhaps something would happen early February. So I suspect that prices will be impacted later in the month of February. But the biggest concern to me is the Canadian dollar. My guess is that starting tomorrow, we could actually see the Canadian dollar drop even further, affecting the buying power of our importers. So on the one side, you'll have tariffs. On the other, you'll have a weaker currency, which actually will make many categories more expensive, February, March, and so on.
All right, Sylvain, always appreciate your analysis of this. Thanks very much for joining us.
Take care.